Hello, I'm Brenda Sanders Passmore, and welcome to Health Bites. Today, I'm going to show you a really accessible sequence for the hip flexors and the hamstrings. Those muscles are notorious for getting tight, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. They also tend to get very tight if you're into running and things like that. So I'm going to show you how to stretch those out and take pressure off your low back. So what you need, ideally, is a yoga mat. And if you have knee issues, I recommend that you just have a folded blanket. It's just a little extra cushioning, doesn't hurt. Protect the joints and keep your knees happy. We're also using the blocks today. So we're going to set it up so that the blanket is at least halfway down the mat and the blocks are stacked vertically at the very top of the mat. What we're going to do is just hold on to the mat, or hold on to the blocks. And then what we're going to do is take a good step forward with the left foot. And what we're going to do is just slowly drop the pelvis straight down towards the floor. Lift the head and lift the chest. Now I'm going to move my block just to give you an idea of what we're looking for alignment-wise. We're looking for the front ankle underneath your knee. That's good alignment for any lunge, no matter if it's runner's lunge or crescent lunge, any kind of lunge that you're doing. We always want that alignment with our knee. So what we're going to do is keep our front toes on the mat. And then what we're going to do is slowly just bring the seat back and let the head drop. So now you're going to be feeling a stretch in the hamstring area. Now you're in complete control as to how far or not far you go. If you want more of a stretch, really straighten the leg out and drop down towards the mat. If you need less stretch, keep more of a bend in the knee. So now what we're going to do is rock back and forth with our breath between the two movements. So we're going to inhale, roll forward and down, lift that head. Exhale, push the seat back, drop the head. Inhale, roll forward, drop the pelvis, lift the head. Exhale, push the seat back, drop the head. And as you go back, try not to lean to one side or the other. You want to try to go straight back. And so we're working both areas. You're going to get a hip flexor stretch in the front right hip. And feel it in the hamstrings when we come back. So to come out of this, you're just going to sit back and walk that leg back. And then we're just going to sit it back into what we call a child's pose. So we're going to bring the seat low and down on the heels. And then we're going to prop the forehead if necessary to keep the seat low. So your pose might look something like this. So if you're able to keep the forehead on the floor without the seat rising, you're more than welcome to do that. And we're just taking a little bit of break. All great yogis believe that the resting phase is just as important as the working phase. So we're going to push ourselves on up, and then we're just going to get started with the sequence on the other side. So once again, we're going to hold on to our blocks. Take a good step forward with that right leg. You might even need to use your right arm to kind of help pull that leg up there. That's okay. Then we're going to drop the pelvis straight down and lift that head and chest. So again, we're driving the hip bone down towards the floor. You're going to feel a nice pull in the hip flexor on the left-hand side. Now we're going to keep our toes on the mat. And then we're going to slowly bring the seat straight back and drop the head. Again, you're in control as to how deep you go. Yoga's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to be nurturing to the body. And now we're going to go back and forth with the breath. We're going to inhale, roll forward, lift the head. Exhale, push the seat back, nose to the knee. Inhale, roll forward, lift the head. Exhale, push the seat back, drop the head. So we're just going back and forth, rocking back and forth between these two muscle groups. So you're also getting a static or held pose, and then we're moving dynamically now with the breath. So to come out, we're just going to push the seat back and walk that right leg back. And then we're going to sit it once again into a child's pose. So bringing the seat as low as you can get it onto the heels. and propping the forehead if necessary to keep that seat low. The reason why we want to keep the seat low is because that's how the hips get to enjoy the stretch. So if your seat is quite risen off the heels, they're going to kind of miss out on the stretch. And then we're just going to slowly push ourselves on up. And that's our sequence. So it's a really accessible little sequence for the hip flexors and the hamstrings. It's going to take pressure off your low back, and it's just going to make the body feel great. So give it a try, and let me know in the comments how you get along. Thanks for watching, and namaste.